What's up everyone? I hope you're all doing well. By the title of this video, I'm sure you saw that's probably why you clicked on it, and I'm just gonna go straight into it, not beat around the bush. Brandon and I had to make the really difficult decision to rehome our 2-year-old Corgi Emmett. It hasn't been easy coping with the situation. I thought that the best way to get the story or explanation out there was through a video, so I can film it once and hopefully not have to keep re-explaining it. And if you have been following my social medias or you know me really well, then you know that we have a 9-year-old wiener dog, Dexter, and we have a 2-year-old Corgi named Emmett. So we've had Emmett for about 2 years, and about a year ago he started to be a little aggressive towards Dexter. Long story short, we talked to some vets, we talked to some dog trainers to see maybe if we were doing something that was wrong or if he had like any medical conditions. Anyways, we did a lot of research. We got him fixed. We thought maybe that would help a little bit with his aggression. We tried to socialize him more than we already did. We paid for professional dog training for basic obedience classes. After doing all of that, he still started to have aggression behavior towards Dexter, and it would only be towards Dexter. The first time he attacked Dexter was maybe about a year ago, and it was kind of out of nowhere. And he ended up nipping a couple spots on Dexter's ears, which bled really badly, so I freaked out. Took Dexter to the vet, you know, he got fixed up, and then that was that. He attacked Dexter randomly several, I don't know, maybe a handful of times from that time until like a month ago. We'd have to pull the boys apart and then honestly just keep a close eye on both of them after that, and then a month would go by and everything would be fine. The boys would be like cuddling, they'd be getting along. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Emmett would just attack Dexter again. So it wasn't really over food, it wasn't over toys, it wasn't over having more attention than the other. It was literally so random. So about a month ago, they had a really bad incident. I was just cleaning the house and Dexter was sitting on our couch and Emmett was laying on the floor. They were both just chilling, like taking naps or whatever. I think I remember I was vacuuming. I turned off the vacuum and then all of a sudden I hear them going at it. And I just see Emmett on top of Dexter on the couch, and I see some blood, so I start to freak out a little bit. So I'm trying to pull Emmett off, but he's like really going for it this time, like more than he has ever done in the past. So it's really hard for me to pull him off of Dexter at this point. By the time I pull Emmett off, I see on the couch there's just like a ton of blood, 3 little pools of blood. And Dexter was just laying there looking up at me, so I could see that he was breathing. I just didn't know where the blood was coming from or who it was coming from. It could have been either one at this point, but I was freaking out. I was home alone. Brandon was off at training and he did not have his phone or any ways of contact, so I couldn't even call him at the time that this was happening. But if you've ever seen Emmett, you'll know that his whole chest is white fur. So by the time I pulled him off, Emmett's whole white fur was covered in blood. So I couldn't call Brandon, so my first immediate thought was to call our really good friends Mark and Michelle, who literally came to the rescue. They live about 7 minutes down the road and they got here in 3 minutes. I FaceTimed Michelle. She saw my face. She was like, "What's up, girl? What happened? We're coming right now." As they were on their way over here, I called the vet emergency. This was the beginning of the whole quarantine thing, so I knew that the vets weren't open for just regular walk-ins. So I called the vet emergency, explained my situation. She said, "Can you get over here?" And I said, "Yes, I can." So Michelle came in, grabbed Emmett, and said, "Go, take Dexter, take him to the vet, do what you need to do." So Mark took me and Dexter to the vet. The doctor took him in. She said, "We're gonna take care of him. I'll be out in a second to update you, blah, blah, blah." So she came out. She said, he's on a lot of antibiotics. We're gonna need to keep him overnight. You can pick him up in the morning. But I will tell you that your Corgi and Dexter can never be together ever again. Like, I'm not just talking about temporarily, I mean like for good. I know it's hard right now, but you need to find a permanent situation for either one of them. So Dexter was at the vet that night and it was just me and Emmett at the house. The next day I called my good friend Annie, who has dog sat Emmett for us before, and we actually know her from Brandon's first duty station in Germany, so we've known her for a really long time. And fortunately she offered to watch Emmett for as long as we needed. After a lot of discussion and a ton of emotions, Brandon and I decided it was best for everyone to rehome Emmett. And I didn't just want to rehome him to anyone, but luckily Annie, who was watching Emmett for us at the time, had offered to keep Emmett permanently if we decided that we needed to rehome him. So we took that into a lot of consideration and decided that that was the best option for him. Annie is extremely loving towards Emmett. She sends me picture updates all the time. So we are extremely grateful that we had a friend like Annie to take Emmett in. It has been very hard on us because we had Emmett since he was a puppy. And we had him for about 2 years, so, oh man. So obviously you get attached and things, but like I said before, we're only trying to think happy thoughts and move forward. So yes, that is the story of how and why we rehomed our Corgi Emmett. We will always love him and we miss him like crazy every single day, but we know that the decision that we made was the best decision that could have been made. So yeah, that's it. Just want to point out that I'm not posting this video for anyone to feel sorry for us or anything like that. So thank you for watching this long video. I appreciate you taking the time to listen, and we will talk soon.